I'd like to talk about fostering greyhounds for Greyhound Trust Hall Green, and in particular ask whether you might be a foster carer. Most of the greyhounds that we have are housed in kennels, but sometimes there are greyhounds who would do better in a foster home rather than in the kennel environment. Maybe they've been returned to us after a period of time in a home, and when that happens they can find it quite stressful to come back into kennels. Sometimes greyhounds come in from the trainer and they have medical needs or behavioural needs that mean that they would be better off in a foster home than in the kennel environment. This could be because they're very shy, or because they're a bit reactive, or maybe they just don't cope with what is quite a challenging environment for them. So this sort of fostering is typically short term while we're trying to find the greyhound a home, and you would get full support with everything in terms of equipment provided and food, and also we cover vet costs if the dog should need any medical support during the foster period. In return, you would provide a loving home for the dog and perhaps need to work on some of their issues with them. We would ask you to make them available for viewings, either by meeting up with the person that's interested in homing them, or perhaps by meeting with that person at kennels. Over the years I've fostered quite a few greyhounds myself, and one that you may well be familiar with if you've watched my YouTube channel is Gandalf. He came to me in March 2020, just at the start of the first lockdown in the UK, and he's been with me ever since due to quite extreme behavioural issues and really struggling to find his way in retirement. And here he is. He's going to stay with me as a life foster, but most fosters are for a short term, maybe just a few days, a few weeks or a few months. And we do ask that you are in a position to keep the dog until they can go to their forever home, so they don't have too many changes. So Gandalf's a little bit of an exception. I've also had dogs on a shorter basis, just for a few days or just a week. And most recently we had Bomber come to stay with us for a few days. Sadly, he had quite difficult, challenging medical conditions and wasn't with us very long. But also Spot came to stay with us. Now Spot had been in a home and returned from that home, and he came to me to assess him from a behavioural point of view and to help iron out his issues and prepare him for moving on. So they come with a variety of needs, and we're looking for people with just some background of being with greyhounds, ideally having lived with a greyhound before. You might have your own at the time, and that can be helpful in terms of settling the foster greyhound into the home, especially if they need the moral support provided by having another greyhound around, but it's not essential. What we do ask is that you don't have any other pets, definitely not cats or dogs of other breeds, and it's not usually ideal if you have young children. But apart from that, and perhaps being close to the kennels would be nice but not essential to help when it gets to viewings, then what we're really looking for is people who can help us prepare these dogs by giving them support in a home rather than them staying in the kennels. So if this is something you think you could help with, please do get in touch at greyhoundtrusthallgreen.org.uk, contact us via the website or look us up on Facebook. We hope to hear from you soon.